Hello and I welcome you all to World Affairs. Now, recently, a very interesting thing happened. So, American media right now is saying that Russia is putting a lot of pressure on India in order to save the Russian economy from FATF sanctions. Over here, you can see a lot of articles have been published in the US media outlets that say Russia pushes India. Just notice the language. Russia pushes India for help to avert global financial isolation. Now, some of you might ask, wait, isn't Russia somewhat isolated already financially because all of the sanctions that European Union and US have imposed on it? Well, yes, but in the next few weeks, actually next month, you might see something big happen. There is a very strong possibility that the FATF, Financial Action Task Force, will put Russia in the blacklist category, a certain blacklist that has only been reserved for countries like North Korea and Iran. So, in very simple language, the mother of all sanctions might hit Russia next month. And according to American media, Russia is desperately trying to get India's help. Now, of course, once the US media started talking about it, a lot of articles were published about this topic in India as well. Over here, you can see an article Russia is putting pressure on India for support to block moves by the FATF, and Russia pleads India for help avoiding financial blacklist, warning oil and weapons deal are at risk. Now, these reports claim, again, nothing official has been yet said by Russia and India. But the reports that are coming primarily from the Western media outlets, they claim that oil and weapons deal with Russia might actually stop. Russia might not be able to sell India any oil whatsoever if Russia gets thrown in the FATF blacklist. Now, some of you might be asking here, wait, how did all this happen? Suddenly, out of nowhere, will Russia be declared a FATF blacklist country? Come to think of it, what exactly is FATF and how impactful is the blacklist? How bad is all this for Russia? Well, look, all of this started around 2 months ago. You guys probably remember, if you haven't seen this video by the way, around 2 months ago I uploaded this video on World Affairs that Russia just got kicked out of the FATF group. As of now, Russia has no power as a member nation in FATF. Now, what exactly is FATF? Allow me to explain in very simple words. Now, the acronym FATF stands for Financial Action Task Force. It's a unique body. It's like a group of nations that make sure that financing of terrorists is never allowed. It must never go unpunished. Look, in 1989, when this group was created initially, a need was felt to make a certain body that will make sure that A, money laundering gets stopped, money laundering must be punished, and number two, if any country allows the financing of terrorism, that country must be held accountable. And that is when FATF came into the picture. And FATF, as of now, has a lot of members, as you can see on their official website. Argentina, Australia, India, Korea, Japan, Sweden. Of course, when I say Korea, I mean South Korea, not North Korea. And a whole lot of nations are part of the FATF group. Now, these countries make sure that terror financing and money laundering does not take place anywhere in the world. And if any country fails to stop terror financing or money laundering, then FATF as a whole punishes that country by putting it in either the grey list or the blacklist. Now, as you can pretty much understand, the grey list is less punishing, the blacklist is very punishing. It can literally destroy economies. And over here you will notice that Russian Federation's name has been listed with a condition. The condition is that the membership of the Russian Federation was suspended on 24th February 2023. So Russia isn't exactly a part of FATF right now. And there is a possibility that the rest of the FATF countries that are majority, you can say, Western European or North American countries. I mean, just look at the list. Australia, Austria, Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Israel. These all countries are US allies. If US wants to punish a nation under the FATF system, that nation will be punished because US has an overwhelming support of nations in the FATF. Now US obviously is doing whatever it takes to punish Russia. The objective is to weaken Russia financially to such an extent that it simply cannot fight the war in Ukraine. And one way to do that is by putting Russia in the FATF blacklist. Now you might be asking, wait, is Russia responsible for terror financing? I mean, has Russia been doing that? Or has Russia been involved in money laundering? We don't really know much about that yet because it's a bit weird. I mean, all of you can pretty much see how weird all of this is. A nation that was a member of FATF, a nation that used to judge other countries whether they are following the rules of FATF or not, suddenly that nation will now be judged. And according to American media, there is a high probability that Russia will be placed in FATF's blacklist. And as of now, 3 countries are in FATF's blacklist: the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, that is North Korea, Iran, obviously, and most recently, Myanmar was added to FATF blacklist. And I think it's pretty much obvious. I can see the writing on the wall. I'll be surprised if it doesn't happen. We all know it is coming. Russia will soon become a FATF blacklist country. And if you guys are wondering how will these blacklist sanctions impact Russian economy, well, the sanctions won't exactly come from the FATF. FATF a lot of times suggests the IMF, World Bank, Asian Development Bank to impose heavy sanctions on the blacklisted countries. So all these institutions might impose even larger sanctions on Russia, and it might become near impossible for Russia to get any kind of economic relief or an economic package in the near future. Even a basic loan for some infrastructure projects will become a difficult thing to achieve for Russia. So all these things are a huge problem for Russian Federation. Other than that, Russia won't be able to receive any aid, donation, and on top of that, companies around the world, whether they are in China or India or any other country, they will also feel quite fearful while trading with Russia, while doing any sort of business deal with Russia. And obviously, I don't really expect the Russians to go down without a fight. Russia will put up a fight. It will try to rally some nations like Saudi Arabia, Singapore, South Africa, China, obviously, Turkey, India can be a very important country in this regard. It will try to get some kind of a momentum going in this group. And Russia will do whatever it can to make sure that US does not dictate the FATF towards blacklisting Russia. Because again, once these sanctions are imposed, you can pretty much say Russian economy will be thrown into the dark ages. Now, obviously, you guys will ask me, if the US media is saying that Russia wants India to save it from the FATF blacklist, can India do that? Obviously, India can't do it alone. Can India do it along the rest of nations? Look, it will be tricky. It's all a numbers game. But you know what? If some countries, some swing states, especially in Europe, they decide to favor Russia, Russia might even pull this off. And that will be quite miraculous. So in the coming few weeks, actually in the next month, this topic will be in the news a lot. And I'll make sure to upload regular videos on this topic in the coming few weeks. Now, one question, of course, I would like to ask you guys. Do you think it would be morally right for India to help Russia in this particular case? Or do you believe, you know what, let's stay neutral? We don't want to be seen as a country that is supporting Russia, nor do we want to be seen as a country that isn't supporting Russia. So let's just stay neutral, stay away, and let Russia face its fate. Write your opinion in the comment section below what India should do according to you. Should we help Russia or should we not? I would like to read your answers. And finally, I would like to add that there is a huge discount running on Unacademy. If you want to purchase courses by Unacademy, you can buy them at a 20% discount. Just go to the comment section below. You will find all these links. For example, let's say if you want to purchase a course for the UPSC Civil Services examination, then just open this link and over here you can purchase the UPSC course. But don't pay the prices that are written over here. Just use the code PD10 and you will be able to save a lot of money. So use the code PD10 and save money. And this right here is the end of the video. Thank you for listening. And as always, God bless you all.